Well, if there's none, I think we should go on with Anna Maria. Are you ready?
Yes, yes, I'm ready. Just share the screen. Can you see now the screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Is the big one?
Yes, it's perfect.
Okay, fine. Okay, thank you very much. My name is Anna Maria Sempreviva, and DTU Wind Energy, and I work with this work package through Data Catalog because I want to have a vision of which data are available for the task 41. And my role is actually to advise for the fair data principle that we'll talk about, especially about metadata and taxonomy, how to find the data, how to create a metadata taxonomies that we have done in previous project between 2017 and 2018. Now I think I have to take the tool of the laser pointer. Can you see the laser? Yeah. Okay. The purpose of this presentation is to disseminate the data management and the sharing culture in the wind energy sector. And I bring this presentation around in different conferences. And one of the things is to inform people about, in this case, the distributed wind community, in the opportunities of adopting the fair data principle. And you can see in this picture what is the problem, because there is people who has the data and believe that the data are theirs, and sometimes they are, but in the European projects, sorry, alarm going on. Now you can see that there is someone that claims that in European projects or publicly funding projects, the data are also theirs. So there is this quarrel between the two, the data owner and data user. And the content of the presentation is about, I will give the context, the digital transformation, the fair data principle, and then I will talk about the data catalog, collecting information, and existing data platforms, and conclusive remarks. One note is about the research data. What are research data? Actually, research data is not only time series, but it's also codes, workflow, whatever we need to carry on research in a digital form. But there are some more professional people, they call them digital objects. And industry, this is a problem, they call them assets because they are competitive advantages. That is the reason why they don't share most of the time. But what we are doing is to try to eliminate barriers, find the barriers and eliminate them. Okay, the context is this, the digital transformation, from digitization, which is the process of producing data, to digitalization, which is the process to create something with the data, extract information with data to give new products, process, and business models. In between data and products, there is a kind of analysis to try to extract information, which is the process of digitalization. And you see the data arrive, the data in somewhere, and then there is an idea for analyzing this data and to get out some results. And this is the bottleneck actually, because data are, who knows where they are, because they are not they're not what is called tagged. So the first thing to do is to organize data. This is data management. So this is a culture that small, big companies, academia, and must start to go through data management, because this is a kind of bottleneck. Sorry, there is a problem because I cannot, my mouse doesn't work, and then I have to. Okay. So And the fair data principle, it means that it supports this kind of data management attitude. It helps to find the data. In 2014, the Horizon 2020 promoted the open data. Data had to be available to everybody. But at a certain point, there was the awareness that this will not do for the industry in the sector where the industry was strong. So in 2016, the European Commission came out with a fair data principle, which means fair means findable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable. Means that shift the focus from data readily available, which is the fear of the industry, to data which are findable. I mean, just to try to give the information about data, metadata on the data, and then make them findable. And because if they are findable, they can be accessible in condition, and then they should be interoperable, because this will hasten the exchange of the data. And if they are findable, accessible, interoperable, they are reusable by multiple applications. And this is actually what is the trick, because this is to give more value to the data, because the multiple application means the value is multiplied. And then come up these three keywords. Data are visible. There is a visibility of the data and the data owners also. The efficiency of the work, and the efficiency of the funding, and the networking, which is not really the minor thing. Because if you other people ideas meet your data, this is kind of strap line. People come from ideas one side, and then if they find the data, then they can go on. And then there are advantages between both from the data owner and the data user, and we'll see. So, but how to make data findable but safe? The solution is to create a searchable data catalog for distributed data. I mean, if we know if we make a catalog of data, we know, give information about data, then this can be searchable, and then the data can be found faster, and then the process from digitization to innovation is faster. This is actually the problem, because you see distributed chaotic data will be turned into a catalog where people knows where to find the data, because but they still are distributed. So the ingredients for this is create a metadata, create taxonomy for the metadata, and design a data portal for metadata catalogs. And this is something which has been done in a project called Sharewind that ran from 2014 to 2018. I was leading this task to make metadata and taxonomies for the wind energy sector. And then we created this metadata card with all the information needed for tagging the data, title, creator, topic, which is a taxonomy, as taxonomy that we'll see. And then these are 15 standard elements called Dublin core elements. And but then we added the non-Dublin core elements, which are specific for the wind energy sector, which are variables, which kind of variables, which kind of external condition, which kind of activities, instrument modeling. Tagging the data with this information will allow the filtering of the data to the need of the data user. And the topic is the main taxonomy, because each topic we divide in siting, economics, wind turbine, wind power plant, operation and maintenance as subtopics. And each subtopic has a specific data that can be found by tagging with the other metadata. The IA 41, Task 41 saw this opportunity and decided to make this data catalog using the taxonomy that RP-Wind created. And then the first deliverable in fall 2020 is about to give some rules about data sharing, which kind of storage is needed, if the security protocols are needed, and then specifying the data sharing portal that can be used. And the goal is to identify data contributors and users, which is you are also invited to participate to this if you have some data that you believe that can be given, make you visible, data that can be made visible, then need to share resources as well. Then data, this is the main topic, the main point is today to have the data, to know which data are available for the key topics, and recommend practices and data collection, reporting, accessing, and storage. And the product will be a metadata catalog, and then perhaps we consider to include also the catalog not only of data as such, time series, images and so on, but also some data processing tools and decision-making tools. This is actually the example how this taxonomy can be useful, because do we have to produce the taxonomy and the metadata for offshore wind, for distributed wind, for small wind, large wind? No, don't need to do this. The taxonomy will be the same, but you can assign external conditions that will define which kind of wind or topic is. For instance, for the small wind, it can be urban and semi-urban, or also can be rural. But then giving this external condition will allow you to characterize your data and allow to characterize also the sector. The next step was to understand where there exist some databases, portals, and catalogs which are available to be expanded, to be used in this IA task for allocating the data catalog. And then there are these four, that is Data Archive and Portal DAP and Open Energy. I don't remember what we'll see the next slide, and then Sharewind. I will focus on these two. One is from US and the other one is from Europe. And the first one, Sharewind, is a product of the RP-Wind project that I was talking about, the same that gave taxonomy and metadata. And the idea is actually here that the first to create records, to create metadata for the different data sets, and then to search here for the records for whatever you need. And the query will be made tagging the writing which writing in the terms that you need. For instance, I need for wind resource assessment, I need with speed and direction, I need in a geographic area. And then this query will go to this metadata catalog, which has been populated by a web crawler, taking in the metadata card also from other catalogs. And in output, there will be the list of required data, which more focus on the one that you need. The advantage is that the data are kept at the owner premises because it's still distributed. The data are visible without being directly directly accessible. There will be the information how to access the data. Don't need uploading data, so don't have storage issue. And then by applying the filters, then the user can accurately locate the needed data. The next one is open energy information. Open energy information is a more complete. It's a Pacific Northwest National Laboratory, PNNL, and yeah, and they would like to allocate this data catalog here. We try to, but I mean, there is no, once the system works, there is no problem where the data catalog is allocated, because a web crawler can harvest all the data, the information about the data that are available. Conclusive remarks. A web data portal with a data catalog has twofold purpose: to connect safely user and data owners. There will be an energy portal, and then the user can be connected there. And then to give information on the availability of the shared resources and data on key topics. The data owner creator can make visible the data via metadata. We will not upload any data anywhere, maintain the control over data and data access, and then we'll have made a good data management, which actually is the advice, is the main problem, main point. Good data management must be a priority in all companies and in university and research organization. Then the data user can find data accurately by searching the same terms as the data owners. It will be an established vocabulary search, then it will not be misunderstanding. The data user can retrieve information on available data and can save time dedicated to the task of producing data. If data are there, there will be a considerable amount of time saved. And actually, there is the last thing is it can be the advantage of both data owner and data user, because there can be a data marketplace. The data can be exchanged against money. That will be the advantage of the owner. But they can also be exchanged based because of services, because the data owner see that the data user can provide some services, so there will be some kind of bilateral agreement. And then there is a co-creation, which is actually the best thing to do, to create together data owner, like industry and the research organization, can co-create projects, co-create products, co-create whatever they need. Okay, the next will be the breakout session. Will be focused about, would you share your data? And a series of questions to see the barriers that, for instance, prevent you to share the data. And thank you for your attention. These are the questions that I will ask. There will be, and then there is an analysis, special analysis will be the barriers that affect the fair data impact, the impact of the fair data. I think, but there is one thing that I would like to show you. Is it possible? Okay. I want to end the slideshow. Hello?
Thank you.
I just would like to point something.
Yes, please.
Can you see behind me? The picture behind me. I don't know how to.
Yes, IAWIN energy task.
Are you sharing your screen or your?
I have to stop sharing, but
yeah, probably you are sharing just the presentation, Anna Maria.
Yeah, I have to stop sharing. Yeah. Yeah, behind me. there is what is called the European Open Science Cloud, which is actually, I mean, the upscaling of this concept that I was telling about. The European Commission has created this European Open Science Cloud where they try to link data from distributed data from different organizations, but not only data. This is a kind of environment, a virtual environment, a virtual research environment, where people can find data, can find tools, can find whatever they need to make research. And this should be out in May. Now they are making the governance, how to share it will be, because they can be two things. One is a marketplace, and the other one is instead is just free for everybody. That's all.
Okay. Are there any questions? It seems not. So we'll take a break now for a quarter of an hour.